The Witcher took away my sweet ignorance. Modern games. I drop them all the time. The action is great. The combat is fun. There are explosions, swords cut. There is a ton of different stuff to find. And I still drop them. Something is always missing in these games. They always feel incomplete. And that's something I only started noticing after I finished The Witcher 3, because that game has one element that a lot of games just don't have. Starting Witcher from the very beginning, you know what you have to do and why you're doing it. Right at the start, you see The Witcher, you meet Geralt, you meet Ciri, you see there is a threat, you know Ciri is lost. You find out you need to find a sorceress that Geralt cares about, and this sorceress you don't really know what it's all about, who any of these people are. Not everyone is deep in the lore from the start, so it can't be a game only for the biggest fans. But from the beginning you can see there is a bond here, something like a father and a daughter, and there is this sorceress, and you don't know what her relationship with Geralt is. And from the beginning you can see that this game, even though it's fantasy in a world full of magic, swords, monsters, death, evil and spells, focuses to a large degree on the relationships between characters. And those relationships start with a hole in them. Our job is to fill that gap, the distance between Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer, to find Ciri, to close the literal physical distance between Geralt and Ciri, because the entire game is about finding her. In Witcher, you make decisions, and while there aren't that many story decisions that actually change the plot, when players talk about decisions in Witcher, they ask each other which sorceress you picked. And that's a choice about a relationship again. Nobody really asks, hey, do you play Igni or do you play Gwen? Those conversations happen too. But is that really what you remember Witcher for? That you had a specific sword? If anything, it's because you had the Wolf Skull gear set or any other set, which comes with a whole story to it. And there are characters in it again. What do you remember from Kaer Morhen? Do you remember what statues stand there when you walk into the building? Or do you remember Geralt and his friends getting drunk, drinking beer and putting on Yennefer's dress, which was really hilarious, and then calling up sorceress on the Megascope dressed like that? And it starts early, right at the beginning of the game. You meet Geralt's old master, Vesemir, and that's already a relationship you remember. Already someone you can come back to in your thoughts. Someone that gives you the feeling that you have found your footing in this world, that you are somebody here, that you are part of the bigger plan. That's how the quests were built. Built on relationships, on having to help someone, not having to kill a monster, which is of course often the objective inside a quest, about helping someone. That focus on relationships gives the game a sense of purpose. It's the thing that pushes you and pulls you through the whole game. The last big title I played was Crimson Desert. Incredible game. The world is so massive that you think you finished the whole thing and you are at 15% and you have barely seen any of it, because it's just enormous. But the relationships in that game, they are absurdly shallow. You learn a mass of systems, 48 combos to pull off on a controller. You need about 20 more buttons on the controller to master this game. But what you definitely won't forget are the legendary friends and characters from Crimson Desert. And why is that? Because you never meet any. And sometimes I thought about it the other way. It's great that these systems are so advanced, but I miss the shortcuts Witcher had, because they let me focus on the story, on what actually mattered to me, instead of collecting endless amount of items just to upgrade the weapons. There is some story. The game had a lot of missions where you rescue friends from the old camp. Most of it is filler. There was one funny guy, always half drunk, and there is a mission with him, and I think this is going to be good, because I have to help him. We have to ride out together and help him cut down some trees. We get to the spot and he goes, "Oh sorry, I forgot my axe," and he rides back. So the mission is that he just leaves you there and you do it for him. Funny, but there is no shared history in it. In The Witcher, the two of us would probably have gone into some crypt together. He would have told me a story along the way and we would have lived through something together. And look, I don't even remember what that guy was called. That says a lot on its own. I don't even remember what the main character was called. I think something like Carl. I don't know. That's what I kept waiting for the whole time. I kept waiting for the story to go deeper, for some depth instead of those shallow missions. The game is 200, 300 hours long, and the story is like 8 hours long, stretched out so much. I played it and I thought, Witcher, that was a game to play. Why can't they just make more Witchers? And that's what The Witcher took from me. My sweet ignorance. It showed me the tension built through a story. And by doing that, it took away my ability to play games where that's obviously missing. Thank you for watching. This is John's Alchemy, and make sure to subscribe.